messages from your local station. Dan Marino's consecutive game touchdown streak stopped at 30 as Buffalo defeated Miami 27-0. Rich Miano returned a blocked field goal 67 yards for a touchdown with time running out. And we're back to action here. Second down. Bounce drops to Anderson to the 30, to the 20. Inside the 10. He carries defenders for at least 10 yards, 34 yards to the 5-yard line. Steve Wilson marking the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to go.
I'm kind of surprised Gary Anderson hasn't been more a part of this offense lately. He's in the slot coming across the field. He's got that terrific speed, the only one of the Chargers that has it. That why the big play. He is the most exciting football player in the NFL for my money, Charlie. He kind of reminds me of Gale Sayers. He's got that great quickness, very sweet feet. And Gary Anderson, they've got to get the football to him if they're going to get back into this game.
First down, goal to go. Curtis Adams. The mark at about the 2-yard line. Jeremiah Castillo. Jeremiah Castillo makes the tackle. 1-yard line. Second down, goal to go.
And the Chargers can forget about field goal. They've got to get into the end zone down by 21 points with the 14 minutes, 10 seconds left. They must be thinking back, though, about that play at the end of the first half when they made the mistake, messed up the clock, and did not get a field goal off.
Pitcher and Adams are running backs. Curtis Adams. Scoring from a yard out. And that is his first touchdown of the year. So San Diego put together an 82-yard drive in 6 plays. And with 14:06 left to go in the game, Vincent Abbott adds a point, and it's 31-17, Denver on top.
Game is brought to you by Coors, the beer with a
15 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in the ball game here at San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium, and Denver leading San Diego 31-17. As Ralph Mojinko will be kicking off, Ken Bell and Ricky Natil are the deep backs on the return. And Ken Bell from the 2-yard line. And hit at the 18 and down at the 21 by Eric Sievers.
This is exactly what the Chargers have to prevent Denver from doing again. They keep putting on those big scoring drives, taking 6-7 minutes off the clock. And now with just 13:57 left, another 6 or 7 minute drive by the Broncos. Whether they get any points out of it or not would end the football game for the Chargers.
Drives of 77, 85, 76, 55, and 80 yards. And Elway on the game, 20 of 29, already over 339 yards. He has thrown for 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That interception, 103-yard touchdown return by Vincey Grant. And now the crowd starting to get back in the ballgame. Second and 10. Chip Banks makes the deflection.
They've got a little game going. He comes inside while the defenseman goes the other way up to the head, but he's the one who gets that big paw up and knocks the football down. He said earlier the Chargers will send at least 4 people on every play. They've got a blitz here to get Elway out of his rhythm.
Second and 10. Scrambles up the middle. There's yardage there. A flag is down, and Elway is dropped at the 23-yard line. If it stands, it'll go for 3, but there was a flag down. There are a pair of flags.
Number 22 defense was holding. The right tackle, number 76, was illegally in motion. So replay it down. Second down.
So a pair of flags, offsetting penalties, and it's 2nd and 10 back of the 20-yard line. Meanwhile, the clock moves to 13:43 left to go. Denver leading by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Incomplete. Natil drops the ball. Banks was there. Kellen Winslow leading the cheers. The flags are out. The touchdown towels.
Chip Banks, the first time, came on the blitz. This time he fakes it, drops back into coverage. They've got a zone pattern set up right along that line there. They went back, dropped back to where the first down would be, and had to make the play in front of them. And Banks, the great linebacker that he is, makes the play on the field.
3rd down and 10. To the 25, has the first down and keeps going. He's to the 50-yard line. He does it again on 3rd down. That was 3rd down and 10. 10 of 11 3rd down conversions.
And nobody wants to come off their receivers. They know Elway can get to him with that great arm of his. Watch it. Where is everybody? All right, there's man-to-man downfield, but there's nobody within 10 yards in front of him. Well, look at 23. That's Walters. He's still running downfield while Elway slides in from behind.
Elway, the number 2 rusher for the Broncos this year, has rushed for 42 yards in the ballgame, so now 242 on the year. And he gives it to Gene Lang. Lang with a yard from the 49 to the 50. 2nd down and 9. Terry Unrein makes the stop.
Each of the last 3 years, the leading rushing quarterback in the AFC, of course, Randall Cunningham from the Philadelphia Eagles this year, leading NFL quarterbacks. But Elway a close second.
Meanwhile, the long drive to the Denver Broncos, keeping Fouts in the Charger offense on the sideline. 2nd and 9, 11:45 and counting in time remaining. Denver up by 14. Winder almost lost it. He'll lose yardage, but he almost dropped the football. Billy Ray Smith was there. Gary Plummer was also there. So a loss of 5. 3rd down and 14.
That 3rd down run by John Elway quieted this crowd for just a little bit, but they've got another 3rd down and long situation, Charlie. And here comes the cheers from the Charger fans.
And San Diego takes a timeout. 11:04 left to go. Denver leads it 31-17. The Giants now leading the Redskins by 10, 19-9, and the Rams still comfortably in front of Tampa Bay. Here we have 11:04 left to go in the 4th, and Denver out in front of San Diego by 14 points. Denver with the ball on ever dangerous 3rd down. 3rd down and 14, but they have converted 11 of 12 3rd down opportunities in the ballgame. That's an awesome statistic.
And when Elway hasn't been able to do it with his arm, he's done it with his feet. 3rd and down just a couple of minutes ago. He gets the big scramble for the first down.
Time in the world. He buys some more. Now he throws, and it's incomplete.
And a late flag comes in.
And meanwhile, he ran the clock down to 10:53. The flag at the 40-yard line downfield.
Holding number 54 impact. 5-yard penalty and 1st down.
Holding on Billy Ray Smith.
54.
It carries the automatic 1st down.
Let's find out what happened to Billy Ray Smith right in the middle of the formation. Who does he hang on to this time? Seems to be mirroring John Elway back and forth across the formation. There it is. Oh, yeah, he's got a hold of that jersey inside just for a second. I don't know, Charlie. That's a cheesy call.
I think
there.
That's a ticky-tack.
I mean, he gets his hand inside the receiver, number 33. That's Gene Lang. But that's a tough call if you're a defensive coordinator.
Does that count in the stats as a third down conversion? No, it doesn't count. Okay. But it doesn't count as a not third down conversion because it's a penalty. All right, here's Sammy Winder. Winder from the 50-yard line to the 43, gain of 7, second down and 3. Billy Ray Smith makes the tackle. Gilbert is also there. Thus far in the ball game, Denver has run 32 times, and they have thrown 31 times. 63 plays. San Diego has 41 plays. 31 passes, 10 rushes. Second and 3. Denver, of course, continues to use the clock. Elway wants to take 27, 28 seconds off the clock each time. As Winder picks up the first down to the 33-yard line. A gain of 10 yards on the play in the first down. As Martin Bayless brings him down at the 33.
And any type of score here, Charlie, ends the football game for the Chargers. They got to feel that way. Down by 14 points with just a little under 10 minutes to go in the contest. They've got to come out with the blitz, try to get Elway out of his rhythm, and force the turnover. A field goal will put the Broncos in the driver's seat for the remainder of the game. And they are right now anyway.
Sammy Winder. 4 yards to the 29. Second down and 6. Billy Ray Smith making the tackle at the 29. And again, Elway will keep track of the 30-second clock and try and use it all up. Already, he's run it down to 9 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Forward motion.
4 seconds on the 30-second clock with the snap, and Winder picks up the first down. 21-yard line. He needed 6, and he got the 6. Thomas Benson stops him just inside the 22, but still the first down. And Denver in complete control of the ball game.
That one spark by the Chargers brought them into the game about a half a step, but that's about it. It's their defense that has been forced to stay on the field for the remainder of the afternoon.
Gene Lang.
And that's what's happening. This is a tired defense. We mentioned earlier that last week Seattle had 89 offensive plays. Well, that's a whole lot of time on the football field. And this afternoon that trend continues. And Lang having an afternoon that he can be proud of, carrying the football and getting some valuable yardage for the Broncos.
And also wearing the visor.
A lot of players have got that visor. Mike Charles, number 71 for the Chargers, has it. Lang is wearing it. A lot of people.
A couple of reasons. One keeps dirt out of your eyes. The other is it keeps fingers out of your eyes. And here's Lang. And they'll take him out of bounds, and that stops the clock with 7 minutes and 19 seconds left to go. And how quickly the last 3.5 and 4 minutes have just been spinning by.
Number 76, Ken Lanier, right side of your screen, leading the play around the side. He takes on Jeffrey Jackson, number 52. A nice block on the part of Lanier. He pushed the defender far enough downfield, but it was Billy Ray Smith on the outside who made sure that the Broncos didn't get much running room.
And the magic down. Third down and 6. Denver's converted 11 of 12 third down opportunities. The current drive, they've used up 6:44 on the clock. Quarterback draw. This was a called play. Joe Phillips stops it. And it's been a long time between third down stops by the San Diego defense. And Rich Carlos will come in with a field goal attempt. He has hit from 27 yards out. So on the year, he has only missed 3 times, 14 of 17, and his long being 51 yards, which matches his career best. Extra points, he's perfect on the season. This one be from 39 yards away. It is no good. He misses to the left from 39 yards out. So the score remains Denver 31, San Diego 17. But they ran 7 minutes and 20 seconds off of the clock.
And that was their goal the whole time. They'll take it. If Carlos misses the field goal, that would have been just icing on the cake. But taking 7:20 off the clock, they got the football with about 14 minutes left in the contest. Now 14 points down. The Chargers only have 6:43 to try to get back into the contest.
So they have to score quickly, and then an onside kick, and then try and score quickly again. And they haven't been able to score quickly throughout the whole ballgame.
No, they haven't. The only person that's done anything for them is Gary Anderson.
And so the Chargers go to work at their own 22-yard line. Is it mission impossible? 6:43 left to go. They have to score twice in that time period just to tie. Faust drops this one off. Here's Tim Spencer. And Spencer goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Now, the fact that he goes out of bounds is important unto itself, as that does stop the clock.
Yeah, he makes a nice move on Mark Haynes to avoid him and get out of bounds, as well as picking up some yardage. What they're doing, that time they had Gary Anderson in the slot. He was double-teamed on the play. Faust wanted him right away, but he was forced to go to the back out of the backfield because of the double-teaming of the Bronco defense.
Now, in this situation where Denver wants to cut off anything deep and big and quick, what are the options of Faust?
He's got to try to get something underneath to a quick back and hopefully get some yards up the seam.
He hands to Barry Red and the flag is down. Why even bother with a running play? You're shaking your head also.
Yeah, I sure am.
I just thought I'd ask. And while they're checking out the penalty, let's run down all of the scores. Indianapolis big over Houston. Chicago wins again. Buffalo shuts out Miami. These, of course, all of the early games. Philadelphia in overtime with a field goal over New England. And New Orleans there. New Orleans in the playoffs.
Number 74 offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Not in the playoffs. Winning season for the first time in history. And a final, the Jets 27-20 over Cincinnati. That was a blocked field goal that returned right at the end of that ball game. And St. Louis wins again. And Atlanta loses again. St. Louis kind of coming on latter part of the season. Here's Faust, and the pass is incomplete. Oh, he was buried by Reuben Jones. And the game's in progress. Ooh, the Redskins climbing back into that ball game. Giants have been comfortably in front now. Fourth quarter, the margin is only 3. And the Rams 35-3 over Tampa Bay. We haven't talked much about the calf injury of Dan Faust. Happened a couple of weeks ago, warm-up for the Raiders. Played in that ball game, was not able to play, but just a little bit in the second half. In the Seattle game, he's played the whole ball game, and it hasn't seemed to have affected him.
What is good? Oh.
Wes Chandler, 18 yards.
And I don't think anyone expected Chandler to actually come back with this football. A floater on the part of Faust. Take a look at Chandler down the bottom right part of your screen. Nearly pushed out of bounds, but he hangs in there. And Faust had to float the football over Mark Haynes, number 36 in front, and over Wilson, number 45 on the other side. What a catch. Watch his feet. Yeah, they're there. He dots the aisle with the back feet. That's a good catch.
48-yard line. San Diego shy to the 50. And it's third down and 2. First down. Barry Redden pulls it in at the 42-yard line. Gain of 6 and the first down.
They've got to get a 2-minute offense working here, Charlie. 5:50 left in the contest, huddling up. Now with a veteran quarterback like Dan Faust not in there. I think you call 2 plays in the huddle and go from there.
Rick Dennison with the last tackle. Faust has pressure. And he is dropped for a sack Second sack in the ball game for Denver. Carl Mecklenburg gets this one. The Chargers, who are number 1 in the AFC in sacks with 39 coming into the ball game, do not have a sack in the ball game.
Let's take a look at Mecklenburg. This time he's lined up as the linebacker spot. Coming inside right at the gut. He leaps, he defends a running back, a Barry Red. He leaps right over him to make the sack.
Second and 14. Bounce goes deep. Single coverage. It is intercepted. Tony Lilly, who had been dropped from a starting position to a backup position, in the nickel coverage, that's 5 in the secondary, has the interception, his 3rd of the year.
Gary Anderson stops on the play. Fouts wants to go to him. Again, he's the one with the speed in the group, but they've got somebody short on him. There's somebody deep. That's Lilly. See him stopping on the play. A big mistake on his part. And Fouts figures, well, look, we've got a good athlete out there who's got great leaping ability. And it's a great interception on the part of Tony Lilly to take the ball away from Gary Anderson.
Just reaching over the top with a good hand. And Denver has the ball at their own 5-yard line with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Leading by 14, 31-17. You know, it's a nice feeling for Lilly, being moved down, and then you make a key play. Denver from their own 5. And they'll just continue to work on the clock. Here's Sammy Winder. We've been running a quarterback comparison. We looked at it earlier. Let's look at it again.
Now, normally a Dan Fouts, as you see John Elway.
Well, they're even on short passes.
In the short area they are, but normally Dan Fouts in that middle area, 10 to 19 passes, that's where he's very strong.
Elway, of course, much stronger as they go deeper. San Diego's defense has allowed 63 first downs in the last 2 weeks. Second down and 7. Elway throwing. The pass is complete to Orson Mobley. That's in reality like a long handoff. Billy Ray Smith makes the tackle. He goes out of bounds, stopping the clock, 4:23. I'm still surprised at that call.
It's a safe play, Charlie. You're right about being a long handoff, but I am as well. I mean, this Charger defense seems to be beaten. The Broncos have been moving it successfully over the last quarter on the ground. Why not stay there? Why take the chance of putting it in the air at all?
Denver 6-3-1, now looking to be 7-3-1. San Diego looking to lose 2 in a row to go to 8-3. Meanwhile, tomorrow night, Seattle in the Kingdome hosting the Raiders. And Seattle with a victory there as Gene Lang almost breaks it open. Will have an opportunity to tie San Diego for the lead in the West. So the good news from the Chargers standpoint is losing 2 in a row, assuming this one is gone. We'll have to wait and see officially, of course, is to the fact that you're still in it. But Seattle has the Raiders tomorrow night, then at Pittsburgh, Denver in the Kingdome, at Chicago.
That's the toughest schedule of the 3 teams.
And then at Kansas City.
Yeah, the toughest of the 3 teams that are still involved in the race in the West.
And we'll look at the other ones. 2nd and 3 at the 25. Gene Lang. And now San Diego's remaining games. At Houston, Pittsburgh here, Indianapolis here, then finishing up at Denver in Mile High Stadium. It's the last Sunday, a couple of games after Christmas. And the Broncos, New England, at Seattle, Kansas City home, and San Diego at home. Well, there's still a lot of action remaining. But right now, it's interesting. You almost feel as if San Diego has the hardest road to hoe, and yet they could well end up just tied for the lead.
Well, with their 8-game winning streak, they were really riding a high for the last 2 weeks. They've brought them right back down to the playing turf because they've been beaten soundly 2 straight weeks.
And if the Raiders pull off the upset over Seattle, then they would still be in the lead. Seattle looking very good, though. Really looking good. And tough at home. Boy, they are tough in the Kingdome. Giants still remaining in front of Washington by 3 in the 4th quarter, 19-16. Rams 35, Tampa Bay 3 in the 4th. Here we have 2.5 minutes to go, and Denver just working the clock on its way down. Again, Denver hosts New England next Sunday. San Diego will be at Houston. And Dan Reeves looking for his record to go 7-3-1. This is his 7th year as the head coach of the Denver Broncos. And they now have more than 375 yards of offense in 8 of the 11 games this year. Gene Lang, the ball carrier, and that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning as Lee Williams makes the tackle. Now we're going to have a timeout. San Diego is going to stop the clock, trying to buy one more play in case they could recover a fumble, do a quick score, onside kick, and get back in the ball game.
Well, it's a good move. You know, they're down by 14 points now, but you actually wind up with a second timeout because the 2-minute warning follows immediately, and it's like adding another timeout to your arsenal.
But they took one earlier, so now they only have one remaining. And you want to take them on defense. Your offense can control the clock, with the exception of what happened at the end of the first half, and you want to save one for the field goal attempt, but you can control it by throwing the ball out of bounds, that type of thing, whereas you can't control the clock defensively. Denver's looked so impressive. They said, could John Elway do it 3 weeks in a row? He's done it 3 weeks in a row. He may do it for 7 weeks in a row. He has looked that good.
Yeah, he's really hit stride.
Yes.
The past 3 weeks, he's lived up to every expectation that anyone has had of him. I mean, Dan Reeves saying he's the best quarterback he's ever seen is really saying quite a bit.
Well, when he came out of Stanford as the top draft choice, and then struggling that first year with Denver. I remember doing a game in Chicago, and the Chicago Bear defense just buried him that first year like he was lost.
They blitzed him to death, and he didn't know what to do with the football. But he's coming of age. He's 5 years in the league. He's drafted by 2 baseball teams. Do you remember who they were?
That's right. No, I remember him being drafted.
He was drafted by the Yankees and by the Royals. 2 different years, 2 different times.
I would have guessed one of them.
Yeah, the Yankees.
No, I'd have guessed Kansas City. I don't know why. Then on the other side, here's Dan Fouts in his 15th year. He was a number 3 draft choice back in '73. What a great career he has had. And it's not the end of it. He wants to play at least one more year.
Yeah, and he's had a good season. Last year, people were writing him off, saying take the seat in the Hall of Fame a little bit earlier, which, of course, he'll be there as soon as he's eligible.
Meanwhile, Gene Lang, 30-yard line. And again, they're just continuing to work on the clock. And now the 2-minute warning to make it official. And it's Denver 31, San Diego 17. Upbeat on the sideline, encouraging. He goes through the entire organization, and he talks to everybody, and he works to lift the whole organization. He has a great outlook.
Yeah, he does. He's also the most accessible NFL coach there is, as far as the press.
But he's young.
Yeah, give him a couple of years.
No, I don't think so.
But he's willing to spend a half an hour with somebody to sit down and explain what his game plan is, and it's something that many NFL coaches simply don't have time to do. Or are unwilling to do.
But willing to do. And now let's take a look at the report card for the Broncos. Elway, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns. 4 if you want to count the interception returns. Lang rushes for 73. Elway rushes for 42 yards. The 3 amigos. Oh, that's a great graphic. 14 receptions, 275 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And the 3 amigos, of course, Mark Jackson, Vance Johnson, and Ricky Natillo. Brought down by Gilbert. And now San Diego will use their last timeout. 1:50 left to go. Denver by 14. We'll be back. Cephalo and Mike Horan with his first punt of the ball game.
Well, the kind of success Denver has had on 3rd down conversions. He doesn't have a tired foot out there.
Lionel James is the return man. Good kick after waiting all afternoon. 19-yard line, back to the 25. He has about 10, maybe 11 yards on the return. A 48-yard kick by Mike Horan, and Ken Bell makes the tackle. And let's check the report card on the San Diego Chargers as they get ready for their last hurrah of this game. Fouts 21 of 35, 280 yards. He could go over the 300-yard mark. No touchdowns, 1 interception. Adams rushes for 38 yards. Winslow 5 receptions for 49. Anderson 3 receptions for 85. San Diego From the 29, Fouts back to throw. Chandler has it at the 49-yard line. 20 yards and the first down. Hurry-up offense for San Diego. They have no timeouts remaining. Mike Harden makes the tackle. Fouts going deep. It is there. It is caught. It's the 29-yard line of Denver. And the hurry-up offense continues. Now Fouts can step back and just drill the ball into the ground and stop the clock. That's legal. It's a new rule this year. There it does, right there.
Pass incomplete.
1 minute and 3 seconds. That is the time remaining. There's the Budweiser most valuable player, John Elway. And Budweiser make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all of the MVPs selected in today's game. Elway for president. San Diego, the Chargers like that to get him out. Elway is thrown for 347 yards. And Fouts, it is intercepted but out of bounds. Mark Haynes makes the play now with 56 seconds. Time remaining.
It's clearly out of bounds. Fouts is trying to hope for another miracle catch as he had before by Wes Chandler, but there you see 2 feet out of bounds, and no question about that call.
At the 28-yard line with 56 seconds left to go. Fouts is now thrown for 323 yards in the ball game. So this is Dan Fouts' 50th 5-0 career 300-yard day.
An NFL record.
Yes.
1 of 8 that he holds.
It is intercepted. Rick Dennison makes the interception for the Denver Broncos. 47 seconds left. No timeout for San Diego, and that makes it official.
I think it's been official for a little while, though, Charlie. Dan Fouts, though.
Well, there was that moment there in that drive, a couple of quick passes, and all of a sudden they might have, but they didn't.
Well, with Dan Fouts back there, you never know when it's going to end. 323 yards he goes throughout the day. You would never imagine he had that many yards on the afternoon. Didn't have that many opportunities.
Just had that many opportunities.
No, 40 throws on the day, but the Chargers didn't have very many rushing attempts on the afternoon. It was all on Dan Fouts' arm.
And now, of course, Denver will be content just to down the ball and let the clock run. They'll have to do it one more time. And San Diego's record will be 8-3. And Denver's record will be 7-3-1. Time of possession, Denver 40 minutes, San Diego 20 minutes. 2-1. It's amazing you can put up over 300 yards in just 20 minutes of offense. Denver said they had to win it. If they didn't, they're 2.5 back with 4 to go. Their goal is to win the championship of the Western Division. They had to win today, and they did it. Seattle had to win against San Diego last week, and they did it. San Diego's lost 2 in a row. Big win for the Broncos.
Yeah, the 2 wild card teams just may come from the AFC West division, but as you said, the goal of each of those 2 coaches is to win the division, not to get in as a wild card team.
And now San Diego will have to get it back at Houston indoors next week. Final once again, 31-17. We'll be back in just a moment to San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium.